is, well, try to do whatever is it that you want to do, but at the same time, try to think with somebody else's head, in a sense, before judging the situation. Exactly. Empathizing. Like, I think that people will realize if you do that enough times,
you're gonna be kinder.
it's better. Yeah. Well,
you treat people how you want to be treated because you feel such connection to them and imagining how they would feel under certain situations that you want only the best for them and you treat them well.
Yeah. So in a sense, you'll have a better understanding of your next kin, and at the same time, probably a better understanding of yourself, because by knowing your boundaries, like, and reaching out,
is limited by your perspective.
Yeah,
you are never going to know everything.
It's only by crossing the boundaries that limits your perspective that you actually experience something different, and you get to know yourself as well, because you know how far you are reaching at the same time. So it's the old empathizing thing.
Man. And you've more or less made my point, and I was gonna
come up with something different.
Know thyself.
Quick.
Know thyself.
Yeah.
That's what I gotta say. You're a human being. You got, 2 legs, 2 hands, and a brain.
And even if you don't.
We all think alike, and just think about what you need. You need food. You need shelter. You need electricity. You most likely need company of other human beings. And how do you best achieve that? Learn where your food comes from. Learn what is in it, what's affecting it, why it's good or bad for you. Learn how it is that a roof gets over your head, how it is that you're sheltered from the rain, from the elements, from the heat, from the cold, because if you learn how to do it, maybe you'll get that need met through some friends rather than a corporation. Maybe you'll live in a house without having $500,000 mortgage. Maybe your life is not going to depend on a multinational corporation paying you at the end of every month. So, know yourself, know where your needs come from, how you reach them, and from that point on, you'll get to know the world and the rest, and that's, I guess...
Then you've got it figured out.
Yeah.
That's it.
My piece of advice.
Yeah. Holy shit, what did you say?
We're talking.
Yourself, that's what he's saying.
Yeah, we're gonna do a toast.
We're saying connect yourself. Cheers.
Cheers.
That's empty, which
Bad
luck, but anyway.
Cheers.
There you go.
There you go.
Spicy.
Gina Reinhardt's just cracked 1 million.
Good
on
well
her.
done, Gina.
Well done. That's it. Nice work.
Gina, you deserve
I don't
every
even think
cent.
it's her fault, though. I really, I know she's
she's
actively
just doing
involved
what
in her
she's
own
trying
life.
to do.
She's being
Everybody
a
has
great
an active
Gina
part
Reinhardt.
in her own life.
Yeah.
I get
That's
that,
her
but
role.
but
She's
it's
Gina
not-
Reinhardt.
She's
She's
a
doing really good.
figurehead for a bigger problem. And to sit here
Oh,
and go,
yeah,
Gina, you
of
bitch.
course.
It's like,
No,
I don't
no.
actually know you at all. I've
course.
never met you. I don't have any idea.
Yeah.
I think
You're
if
very
you get
diplomatic. I like that.
We need someone to hate on. We need a face to hate on. Let us use her as a
Let
symbol
us
of hate.
give us a scapegoat.
Please,
Okay,
we
we
need
need
to let it out somewhere.
I think
can't
you have a
feel
point, like,
Like, I don't not like her. I don't know her
No,
at all.
I
she's
don't like
talking
her.
about
She's been my best friend.
She represents what problem we have and the passion we feel for that problem.
but if
Doesn't
you're
it?
capable of accruing that much money, I think that you'll, by consequence, have
She has.
a court
Everyone has
of
a-
people gravitating around you and your money,
Yeah.
trying to leech
You'll
off
be covered in slime
of
balls.
you as
Yeah.
much
Yeah.
as they can, and so
The
in a
world
sense,
is so far.
It's
you're
reinforced by all the people around her. That
you're like a bag
the same,
full of money,
same world.
and everybody is trying to pull as much as they can off of you. In a
Yeah,
sense,
yeah.
you don't drive your life anymore.
And who knows if she's aware? I mean, somebody said,
She's aware that she
Gina
has to
Gina
be
Reinhardt
nasty.
made 19 billion in 19 billion.
19 billion.
She might not
Now,
even feel
apparently,
nastiness to what she
according
does.
to 2 UN reports, 17 billion will feed and house Not just feed, but feed and house every poor people on planet Earth. So, like, you just imagine just being in the position where your profits, not selling your entire business and having nothing
Your
left over.
livelihood.
Yeah.
Not selling your livelihood, not sacrificing your future income.
Yeah.
This is just
But
1 year's profit, by
Just
the
your net profit
way. Isn't it?
could pay for every poor person.
You still got 2 billion left over.
Yeah.
2 billion left over.
That's what I mean.
Not
It
2
seems
million.
so simple.
You got
Like,
2
Yeah.
Yeah, I
billion.
think it'll be
Yeah.
alright with that,
She
Sheena.
can't be like that. It's not like she's sitting there.
Exactly, she doesn't
She can't
think
sit
like
there
that.
and be like, oh, well, actually, I could go give this to Africa, but I'm not
No,
going to
of
because
course
I'm a
not,
greedy
yeah.
bitch. That's not how her world would be
She's
constructed.
doing the
Like,
right
she could
thing.
not.
No,
be
she
able
wouldn't
to
even
see
be
it like
thinking
that.
like that.
What
But
she's been
we're
taught,
just
she's
telling
doing
you the
exactly the
hypocrisy
right
of the
thing.
system.
Yeah.
She's doing what she's been
Yeah.
taught to do, and this is right. She feels
Well,
fine with
I
that.
don't know.
I'm sure she thinks she's
I've
doing
been
a good
thinking a
thing.
lot about, the world poverty could be ended with this much money. And I think about people like that. And I also think about, in a sense, overblown kind of markets, the amount of money that she is making, it's actually more like a perceived amount
Got no real
rather
value
than
into what you
a
can
real
Because it's so far.
it's
It's a
it's
measure
not
of
totally
the,
well
the economic system.
yeah,
It's not
but
money.
It doesn't become about the figure
It's
value
the
that
score,
you keep accumulating. It's about the process of it. My job is to make money. My job is to make money. And my
If
job
you got
is to
conned,
do this,
like,
and I'm going to do it. I don't care how much money I've got. That's my job. I'm
It-
supposed to play this game.
when I play tennis, I try to beat my opponent with any means necessary.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking about when you talk about Gina Reinhardt, like, what if I got conned that life is like a tennis match? Yeah. And it's not like, there is no poor people, there is no stuff. It's, my duty is to win. I can win in a variety of ways. I can try to wear the opponent out, I can try to
Against
fool him
who?
into, well, I mean,
What's
I've
It's like
just,
for survival. It's like the American ideal. It's the
yeah,
opportunity that everyone gets to fend for themselves.
yeah.
Yeah,
You
and
got,
that's a beautiful thing to prove that you deserve to be there.
But
That's all
imagine-
assuming that not all of you can coexist.
but
So
imagine
as soon
Tess,
as you understand that, then it
that
becomes,
despite having enough money to survive for the next 5,000 years, you got conned into believing that you are indeed in some type of a battle for survival where the strongest will emerge. Well, you'd
Yeah.
want to be the strongest, you'd want to emerge,
course.
You'd want to accumulate more than Ted Turner, than Bill Gates, and Warren Buffett, and John Paulson,
of course,
and all these other
survival
billionaires.
issue. If it
Yeah.
got taken away, everything would just fall into place. If you remove that need.
Okay, yeah, I've actually come out of this a bit smarter. Funnily enough,
You know, now
funnily
with
enough,
Antarctica
actually after
groups-
this discussion, now everything's sort of fallen into place a bit better because I've always found it really hard to be able to imagine, a significantly better world, with the concept of money still involved. I've always found it really hard to imagine we could get significantly better. I'm not just saying regulate a few things and a few things become better for 20% of people. Significantly, the whole world starts evolving more happily and harmoniously with the environment and people around us. But actually now I'm a bit of a believer in the point that, you could possibly have money in the system as long as the survival needs taken away. That's the first time that's come up.
Thank you, Sean.
Yeah.
Welcome
Only
on
take
board.
it 2 years.
Yeah. I've never
I've
thought of
been
that.
fucking trying
Yeah,
to
no,
drill
she-
that into
yeah.
you from the word go.
No, I
That
just
has
needed.
been my one massive thing.
Yeah, I
Do you now
needed
understand what I'm saying?
I needed the visual and the
Congratulations.
audio to come in together to infiltrate
Me.
my disgustingly egotistical brain.
Ah,
But it's like, that's when the two currencies come in. You've got like the sort of communist environment where everyone's essentials get taken care of. That's fine. And the way that you pay for your way in that economy is that you contribute something useful in labour, right? That you grow potatoes. That's your job. And that's taken care of. There's no money in that. There's no like reward. There's no like excelling at that. You just fucking contribute your job. And then you have the second economy, which is like, now everyone's taken care of. Let's all go and do what we want to do, express ourselves, be creative, and then we can all go and sell these gifts. And that's where the economy starts, because you start to buy what you truly like and people are producing it, and that's the fun. It's playgrounds. It's two economies.
I completely agree with that. And I'd just like to add that there is this shared amongst literally half the human population on planet Earth, this delusion between capitalism and socialism. And, like, one of them is the right answer and the other is the wrong answer. And you look at it, you just think for 1 second.
Be happy and unhappy in both.
Yes, absolutely. You can have both commit crimes because look at it. Monsanto, Nike, Apple, whatever, they're enslaving and suppressing hundreds of millions of people. But if you look at governments which deem it their duty to take care of every citizen, China, Cambodia, fucking communist Russia, like big government trying to like take care of everybody, that kills billions of people.
But it's
as
not
human
about what's
beings,
wrong or right. There is no going to be an optimal way to do things or not. It's going to be about doing what we feel is the next logical step for us, think about something a little bit better than what we've got now to help us grow to the next level.
being personally
and it's about
involved, Jess.
consciously participating in the cycle of doing something, going, oh, fuck, we can do that better, can't we? Let's reinvent
Being
that. Be open-minded
personally
to do
involved
that.
in
And
your
it's a
life.
continual process. We're never going to get something optimal. We're always going to try and get there. And
Progression. We've got the capability to keep evolving and keep trying to better ourselves. Like, that's a beautiful thing.
yeah, exactly. And there's no point saying what's wrong or right. Like communism, capitalism has been great. It's done really great things, put us in a spot, a really unique spot, and now we have a whole new set of problems we have to deal with and figure out the best way to combat those.
No, I absolutely agree. I just want to sort of try to send a message out to the audience. There is no right and wrong answer when it comes to capitalism versus socialism. It's a set up divisive thing, which really.
This is a label.
It's just our structure.
Yeah.
Another label.
Yeah.
And to be honest, greed and love and power are all going to come into it no matter what money you've got.
But the thing is, when you've got people, your survival needs taken care of, and you're living in a little magical world where there's that second economy where everyone's doing what they want to do. A greedy person is going to be someone who is enjoying the shit out of other people's talents. That's a greedy person. People are like, I want to enjoy this shit, and I'm going to,
So what do you
contribute so much
say?
to society that I can
Everything's
enjoy.
equal.
The greed is removed because you remove the survival instinct. Greed comes about because people get obsessed with the fucking idea that I need to secure my future for tomorrow. I have to do it. And so it's becomes a compulsive disorder where you're like, I have to do it so much that just in case it doesn't happen tomorrow, I have a backup, And that's greed. I think that's how that cycle comes about.
But I really think greed comes down to fulfilling things that are missing in your own life as well. Like, we can't take away the fact that someone might lose a parent or fall out of love and they're going to get things to feel that need.
Yeah, so
and
you're
if
just
it's
talking
not
about
things in money,
symptoms
it'll be
to get
things in
through
something else. Like, they're just
That's
filling a void.
That's not
Like
true greed. That's just a symptom of trying to feel some other psychological thing. You're just trying to express it in the way. Like, that comes from, I think that's a difference.
I can still see that eventuating into greed. It's just your perception of greed. Do you know what I mean? Like, you could
That's
look at
more
someone
like
and
a
go,
hoarding
you're
issue.
so
That's like
greedy, you've got all of these really nice things. How do you know why do they have all those nice things?
Yeah.
Is it because they're greedy, or is it because they're, so obsessed with their image that they feel really insecure about themselves, or is it because
Well, there's different ways of expressing one particular emotional
but it's just
issue. But I think
perception of greed.
But I think the pure greed thing
There are greedy
really,
people with not very much money who have,
yeah, but
not
that's what I mean, and that's why I think that primal instinct of I need to accumulate so I just make sure I'm not going to die tomorrow because my survival instinct is telling me to. I think that's the purest form of where greed could come from. And then you can express yourself through greed when you've got other problems, like you might be depressed or whatever, and you just become greedy because it's like some sort of mental program that's going on to make you think.
Have you ever
way to get through it?
I don't know. I can confess to this myself. I used to look at people in a way that it's almost like I was marking my life against theirs in some kind of point scale.
Yeah.
And when my success was more than theirs, I felt comfortable. So, okay.
Oh.
I'm better
Yeah,
than people. I'm better than the people I know.
Yeah.
But
no, I'm saying tall poppy syndrome is
only the last couple of years.
Yeah.
I'm looking at my housemates, and I just find myself I don't know, like a mother or something. can't explain it, but just
Yeah.
like
Perception of
emotionally,
success
emotionally invested in my friends succeeding.
Because you understand that it's not
Like-
about competitive nature of you versus them. We're all in this together, and we're
What
all
are you
supposed to
saying? A
doing
change
great.
in like some
That's-
sort of external thing or just internal?
It's